Hello students, intermediate second year CEC civics students की ఈ వీడియో వర్తిస్తుందని అనుకుంటున్నాను. యాజ్ ఐ ప్రామిస్డ్ ఎర్లియర్ నేను కొన్ని సివిక్స్లోని ఇంపార్టెంట్ టాపిక్స్ కొన్ని అప్లోడ్ చేయదలుచుకున్నాను. దయచేసి స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎవరైతే సివిక్స్ చదువుతున్నారో వాళ్ళందరూ ఈ వీడియోని చూడండి, షేర్ చేయండి లేదా రెఫర్ చేయండి. టుడే ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు అప్లోడ్ ద ఫస్ట్ టాపిక్ ఆఫ్ సెకండ్ ఇయర్ సివిక్స్ subject is concerned. That is nothing but causes for the rise of Indian national movement. Now in this I have mentioned what are all the various causes for the rise of Indian national movement. I have just explained it, and in the explanation part I have missed one word. ఇండియన్ సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ దగ్గర ఇండియన్ సివిల్ కోడ్ అన్నాను. రెండోది లాస్ట్ సైడ్ హెడ్డింగ్, దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఆపరేసివ్ రూల్లో సెడేషియస్ మీటింగ్ యాక్ట్, ఆర్మ్స్ యాక్ట్, అట్లాగే వర్నాక్యులర్ ప్రెస్ యాక్ట్ అని ఉండాలి, కానీ నేను వర్నాక్యులర్ యాక్ట్ అని చదివాను. ఈ రెండు మాత్రం దాంట్లో కొద్దిగా రాలేదు. దయచేసి అందరు గమనించండి. హోప్ ఎవ్రీవన్ విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ద టాపిక్ వాట్ ఐ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్డ్ ఇట్, అండ్ దిస్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ a 5 marks questions from the final exam point of view. Kindly go through it. Thank you. Yeah. Hello students, let us discuss about second year civics first unit first topic. So what is the first topic that we are going to cover is causes for the rise of Indian national movement. Now being an Indian, everybody knows why there is a rise of Indian national movement. Everybody knows it. Now why there is a rise of Indian national movement? The simple answer is, you tell me that, sir, because there was a British rule, they were started dominating us, so we wanted to overcome them and we wanted to chase them and we wanted to have our own country with self-rule, self-government is concerned. Now, you only know the British colonial rule, but apart from that, there are several other reasons due to which there is a rise of Indian national movement has taken place. Now, here are some of the reasons for which the rise of Indian national movement has been taken place. So, first one, let us discuss about the British colonial rule is concerned. Now, what is this British colonial rule? Now, Britishers have entered, Britishers in the sense through East India Company, they entered into India, and they started slowly looking into the weaknesses of India. They started occupying the power with their repressive acts is concerned. Now, but however, British rule has helped Indians in development of the infrastructure facilities is concerned. Now, in the pictures you can see the Britishers have entered into our territory long back, but their rule has given us some positive and negative impact is concerned. The positive and negative impact is, let us discuss about the positive impact first. What is this positive impact? Britishers have introduced ICS, that is Indian Civil Code, Indian Penal Code, and Criminal Procedure Code. They also develop post and telegraphs, railways, communication, roadways, major irrigation projects. Means these people have introduced railways, roadways, post and telegraphs they have introduced. Apart from that, they have introduced Indian civil services is concerned, in which you can see on the picture Surendranath Banerjee was the first person, Surendranath Tagore was the first person to enter into the civil servants is concerned. He was the first Indian in the civil services is concerned. Now, this way, the post and telegraphs, railways, communication, roadways. Now, if you see, these are all the positive effect what Britishers have given to India. Means these are the positive ways where India has developed infrastructure. Apart from that, the negative impact is, they started exploiting our economic resources, and they started showing the indifferences in socio-economic development of Indians and their living standards. Now, this negative attitude of the Britishers made the Indians together. How did the Indians came together? With the help of post and telegraphs, railways, communications. They came together and they started expressing their dissatisfaction over the Britishers, and where people came together as Indians, and they started fighting against the British rule. So the first reason why there was an Indian national movement, because of the British colonial rule. Second one, there is a social and cultural renaissance is concerned. Now, when you talk of the reforms is concerned, in the reforms in India, there were so many social and cultural organizations have been formed. For example, Brahma Samaj is one, Arya Samaj is one, Theosophical Society is one, and Ramakrishna Mission is concerned. Of course, because we are all Indians, you all recognize the images is concerned. Raja Ram Mohan Rai founded Brahma Samaj, Dayanand Saraswati founded Arya Samaj, Vivekananda founded Ramakrishna Mission, and Annie Besant founded Theosophical Society is concerned. Now, what are the main aim of this cultural social organization is they started, they started fighting against the social evils like sati, child marriages, widowhood is concerned. And apart from that, this socio-cultural organization brought a social awakening and the ideas of cultural nationalism is concerned. Now, what does this mean? See, till then, India was dominated by, men, and India was following a typical orthodox culture, what we are following. But that renaissance, the changes was made by Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Dayanand Saraswati, Vivekananda, and Annie Besant, wherein, sati evil system was, was totally abolished. Similarly, child marriages, similarly, widow remarriages were encouraged by these people. Now, what does this mean here? Apart from this organization gave importance to the women is concerned, and they also started feeling that they have got a greater role in achieving the independence. So that's how the socio-cultural organizations which were initiated by these great philosophers made the people together to fight against the Britishers. Next, the Great Revolt is concerned. Now, what is this Great Revolt? When did it happen? The Great Revolt had happened in the year of 1857. Now, what was the reason of the Great Revolt of 1857? Now, when you see the Great Revolt is concerned, this has happened among the British Army itself. Now, what is this British Army? Among the British Army, what happened? See, here in the second line we have written, Indians who were serving in British Army. Indians who were serving in British Army were treated as a second graded. See, Indians were also serving the British Army, but the British Army started treating Indians in British Army as a second graded, which they did not like it. Moreover, Britishers started showing over the Indians in the British Army in supplying or in giving the arms to the Indians also. Means Britishers were given the advanced arms, whereas the Indians were not given the advanced arms. Indians were practicing with the traditional weapons, but whereas when you talk of the Britishers is concerned, they were using the advanced war weapons is concerned in those days. Means among the Britishers army, a section of Indians serving in the Britishers army felt agitated, felt irritated, felt frustrated. So they started, the section of Indian serving the British Army went against the British Army itself, in which you can able to quote the gentleman called Mangal Pandey. So this revolt has given us a hope to the Indians that yes, we can able to achieve the independence one day or the other day. Now, the act of Mangal Pandey gave an inspiration to Jhansi Lakshmi Bai, Tantia Tope is concerned. Now, why these two, warriors have come here? Because of the doctrine of lapse which was introduced by Lord Dalhousie is concerned. Now, what did he said? These people have brought an act, in which, they stated that whoever dynasty or whichever the ruler in India or whichever the king in the princely state who has not got a children as a successor, automatically their dynasty or their kingdom will be under the British rule. Look how ruthlessly they made an act. That's how Jhansi Lakshmi Bai started adopting a kid. Everybody knows this. So when you talk of what to say, the Great Revolt, which gave a hope to the Indians in fighting against the Britishers. And Dadabhai Nauroji, a great grand old man, said that, this is the first step of Indian national movement. So Great Revolt also gave an inspiration to the others. Great revolt has given an inspiration to the future generation that they can fight against the Britishers. Next, English education. Now, who introduced English education in India? The then Governor General called Lord William Bentinck appointed a committee of Lord Macaulay who was responsible in introducing English education in India. When they started teaching English education in India, they also thought about the political ideals like liberty, equality, justice, and democracy. They also taught us, concepts like liberty, equality, justice, and democracy. Now, when they taught us that liberty, equality, justice, and democracy, Indians had a feeling that then why are the Britishers not giving liberty to India? Then why are the Britishers are not showing equality? Then why are the Britishers is not giving us justice? Then why are the Britishers is not letting us India to be a democratic country? Apart from that, the Indians who had the English education were inspired by J.S. Mill, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Jeremy Bentham, John Locke, Adam Smith, and others' writings also. The writings of J.S. Mill, Rousseau, Bentham, Locke, Adam Smith inspired Indians, and they created a feeling of nationalism, rule of law, self-government, and the ideas of educated people in India not only inspired but participated in the movement. So English education is also one of the important cause for the rise of Indian national movement. The next one is economic exploitation. Now, economic exploitation was, one of the ruthless act which was made by Britishers is concerned. And he is the Dadabhai Nauroji, the grand old man of India whom we call. Now, in his drain theory, he explained very clearly about how did the Britishers have exploited Indians economically. Now, you just see, from India, the raw materials were sent to Britain at the cheaper rates, and from there we used to get a finished product, and from there we used to import a finished product, and that was, sold in the Indian market for double the price is concerned. This was absolutely exploitation. And moreover, the Britishers started imposing several restrictions on the Indian cottage and household artisans whom they felt as competitors. So they wanted to suppress the Indian cottage and household artisans is concerned. And this attitude of the Britishers made Indians to participate in the Indian national movement. Then, famines and acute poverty. Now, the years you can easily remember, 2 years till year 1873, 1875, 1877, and the one is 1895. So, all this, the years which are being quoted were experienced famines and epidemics. And when there was a famines, look at the images, how you can able to see. Now, during the situation, Britishers, instead of taking care of the Indians, they started acting indifferently. What did they acted indifferently? They forcefully asked the Indians to pay the taxes. Now, this made Indians angry, and for which they started participating in the Indian national movement. So famines and acute poverty is also one of the reasons. Next, the press is concerned. Now, what is press? Everybody knows. Through press you can ventilate your grievances or the problems is concerned. Now, here several press before the independence like Amrit Bazar, Kesari, Patriot, The Hindu, Andhra Pratika, Navajivan. All these papers, all these newspapers helped in getting the people together. For example, Kesari was owned by Balagangadhar Tilak, Amrit Bazar was owned by Sisir Ghosh and Motilal Ghosh, Patriot by Madhusudan Ray and Girish Chandra Ghosh. The Hindu was was owned by Subramanya Iyer. Andhra Pratika was by K. Nageshwar Rao. So all this newspapers which started ventilating the problems of Indians and which made the Indians come close together and to get the independence, even press played a very, very vital role. Then the repressive rule is concerned. Now, what is this repressive rule? In this, they bought certain acts like Seditious Meetings Act, the Arms Act, the Vernacular Act, the Revolt Act is concerned. Now, according to the Seditious Meeting Act, you are not supposed to have a meeting. According to Arms Act, anything, which Britishers feel illegal from, if you hold a stick also, that they consider as a weapon. Vernacular Press Act, I'm sorry, this is Vernacular Press Act. And the Rowlatt Act, according to this act, anyone can be arrested without any reasons also. So this was some of the act which was brought by the Britishers, which made Indians angry, and they started fighting against the Britishers. And the racial discrimination, this is absolutely, stupidity. What Britishers felt in the white man's theory was, they thought that they are the only civilized, and they have the responsibility of changing the uncivilized as civilized, which, they proclaimed that they are civilized, and they are the one who can make the uncivilized into civilized. So this discrimination was shown in almost all, in the Indian civil services, in the army, in the British officers, in the British departments is concerned, which made Indians to fight against the Indian national movement. So these are the reasons for the cause of Indian national movement.